Ninh explains the rules of squash. The object of the game is to score more points than your opponent. Squash is played indoors on a court with these measurements for singles and is slightly wider for doubles. This is the bottom line, commonly referred to as the tin, and the ball cannot be hit below this line. The lines of the court indicate the area of play, and any ball leaving this area is considered to be out. Players play with rackets and different grades of ball depending on their ability. The game starts with a player serving the ball. To serve, a player must have at least 1 foot in the service box. The ball must be hit between the service line and the outline, and the ball must land in the opposite corner for a serve to be legal. In squash, you have to play the ball by hitting it onto the front wall. The ball may hit any of the walls, but you are only allowed to let the ball bounce on the floor once. If you let the ball bounce on the floor twice, you lose a point. The idea of the game is to make it difficult or impossible for your opponent to play a good shot back, or to force an error out of your opponent. You also win a point if your opponent hits the ball out of the area of play. Once you play a shot, you must get out of the way of the ball and get out of the way of your opponent. If you don't get out of the way, the opponent is awarded a point. This is known as a stroke. If you tried to get out of the way but couldn't, this is known as a let, and the point is replayed again. A common strategy of squash is to dominate the T-zone. This is the intersection of lines in the middle of the court. When playing a ball, it's advantageous to get yourself to the tee, as it gives you the best chance of playing the next shot. Squash players are extremely agile, and elite players can cover all 4 corners of the court with minimal movement. Once you win a point, you get the next serve, and the whole process begins again. This is known as a rally. A game is won when a player scores 11 points and is 2 points clear of the opponent. If the scores are 10-10 for example, they keep playing until one person is 2 points clear. Squash is usually played to the best of 5 games. Whoever wins 3 games first wins. That's pretty much it, but there's a few other things that you'll need to know before playing or watching squash. For example, pointer rally scoring. This is the new method of scoring in squash that is mentioned in this video. If you win a rally, you receive the point and the next serve. First to 11 points wins the game. English scoring. The old method of scoring in squash and other sports such as badminton is where you can only win a point if you serve the ball. If a server wins a rally, they get a point. If a non-server wins the point, they only win the next serve. Games lasted longer and were only played to 9 points. I mentioned this method of scoring as some clubs around the world still play by these rules. Racquetball. There is a similar sport called racquetball, sometimes referred to as British racquetball, which is completely different to American racquetball. Put simply, it's played almost exactly the same as squash, but with different equipment to make the ball easier to play. It was recently renamed Squash 57 to distinguish it from American racquetball. If you found this video at all helpful, please like, share and subscribe. It takes me ages to make one of these things, and good karma is very much appreciated. Follow me on Twitter also, but in the meantime, enjoy squash.